Welcome to Technical Engineering Problem. Today we're working out of Elementary Principles of Chemical Processes, 3rd edition, and we're going to be doing problem number 2.10. 210. Okay, so the problem says you have 500 pounds mass of nitrogen is to be discharged into a small metal cylinder at 25 degrees Celsius at a pressure such that the gas density is 11.5 kilograms per meter cubed. Without using a calculator, estimate the required cylinder volume. Show your work. Okay. So this problem gives us the mass, which is 500 pounds mass nitrogen, and it gives us the density, which is 11.5 kilograms per meter cubed. And interesting, it tells us not to use a calculator. I mean, you always are going to have a calculator, well, almost always going to have a calculator, but this is really helpful when you're in a meeting surrounded by your coworkers and you've got somebody looking at some data and they say, well, how long would such and such take, or how big does the cylinder need to be, or like little questions like that, and then you say, oh, hold on, let me do the calculation. Sometimes the moment passes you by and you can't throw out the calculation fast enough. Sometimes you can just look at the numbers and do a quick calculation in your head and say, like, it'll be about this much or whatever, and throw that out there, and you can get pretty close with just an estimation based on just quick calculation like that. So that's where this comes in helpful. So I'll show you an example of how to do that. So we need to know the volume of the cylinder. We know that mass equals the volume times the density. Okay, so we're going to calculate the volume, which equals the mass over the density. Mass is 500 pounds mass, and we got 11.5 kilograms per meter cubed, and we've got 2.204 pounds mass per kilogram. Okay, so if we used a calculator at this point, we would get what the volume is, but they said don't use a calculator, so we can just make nice even numbers that are easy to work with. So let's do that. 500 is easy to work with. 10 is easy to work with, so let's do 500 divided by 10. That equals 50. Okay, then we say, oh, 2 is easy to work with. Instead of, I'm getting 10 from, okay, 11.5 is kind of close to 10, and 2.204 is kind of close to 2. So then we say, okay, 50 divided by 2, that equals 25. Okay, that's about how big the tank needs to be, 25 meters cubed. So that's an answer. Then we do the actual calculator problem, and we say, okay, actually calculating what this is with a calculator, we get that it equals 19.72 meters cubed. And then if we get our significant figures, we only had 500 to begin with. We don't know if that's 2 or 3 significant figures. Let's just go to 3 significant figures. And we're pretty close. 25, 19, not too far off. Just if you're throwing it out in a meeting and the number's not important, then you can say, but I can get a more exact. This is my estimation right now. I can get a more exact estimation later. And there you go. So that is the answer to problem number 210. Thanks for joining me. If you notice a error that I made in my calculation, let me know, and I will put a correction in the video description. Thank you.